We learn how to edit different tones in Lightroom using curves, but in this video we will learn how to add colors using tone curve in your photos. In the bottom we see that there is an option called channel. By the default it is an RGB channel which we have used to edit different tones in Lightroom, but we can select separate channels, red, green, blue separately. When we go for that, we see different channels for different colors, for red, green, and blue. Similarly, we have learned that if we go upward, we will add that color in our image. And if we go downward, we will be subtracting that color in our image, adding and subtracting. Similarly, with greens also subtracting and adding. By subtracting a color from your photo, we will be adding the opposite of that color in our image. You see that if we subtract green from our image, we will be adding magenta back in our image. And if we subtract red from our image, we will be adding cyan back in our image. So by subtracting, we will add the opposite of that color back to our image. So when to use these different separate channels. For example, in this image, we want to add the color red in these bright areas from where the sunlight is peaking. So again, we want to add the red color in the bright areas. So what we can do, we can select that areas using point, and from this area to from around that. We see that normally we will be affecting other colors too. We will be adding at some areas and we will be subtracting at some areas. So to minimize that, as we said in the previous lecture, we will add some points in different parts of the curve to make it, we can say, stable. Just like this. Now when we are adding, we will be minimizing the side effects. And just like that, we will be adding the color red in the areas that we want. And for example, we want to add this red in its reflection in the water. So to select the water, see that these areas are located in the bottom areas. So we will be selecting it and adding the red in them. Similarly, in the water, we have this. We see that these areas are located in that points. So we will be adding in that points also. You see that we have added a specific color in different parts of our image. Similar to that, we can add green, blue, and other colors too. We can use this feature to fix some of our photos. In some images, we will have a severe color casting. Just like this photo, we have green screen in our background. The color green is reflected into the skin and also the clothes of our subject. So we have lots of green in this image. To fix that, we want to subtract the green from these tones. As always, select the tones that you want and subtract it. So in this image, we want to subtract the green color from the mid-tones, which is the tones that are our subject located. So to minimize this another side effects, to minimize the unwanted effects, I will add some more points in different areas of the curve. And in this area, this is where our subject is located. Go down and we will see that has some side effect. Be gentle with this, and just like this, yeah, we see that the effects are very subtle and we can definitely see the details. This is the before. You can see that lots of greens in the skin reflected, and after that we have fixed that problem. We can also fix green cast using the tint slider also, since we haven't studied and we haven't learned what is the tint, so we will not discuss this in this video. Similar to green color cast, we can solve red color cast, green, and similarly the opposite of that, which is cyan, magenta, and yellow. We have yellow cast, we will go to blue. We know that if we subtract the blue from the image, we will get yellow. The same applies in the reverse. If we have too much yellow, we will add blue and they will negate each other and we have a minimal and color corrected image. As we see in this example, this image has almost a yellowish color cast. So to fix that, we know that this image has lots of bright areas. That's why lots of information is collected in the left side. So we'll add some points and subtract the green from it, subtract the yellow from it, and we will see the result right away. This is the before and this is the after of subtracting the yellow. Similar to this, we can add color contrast in our images also by using these separate channels. For that, all of our curves must be the same for red, green, and also blue. Let's try this in this example. A little bit S-shaped curve for red, for green, and for blue. Let's see what happens. And yeah, we have added a severe color cast. In this case, it doesn't look good, but we can make it work for other images also. Let me try this on this example for the red, green, and blue. Yeah, we see that we have added contrast and also saturation, because we know that when we deal with the curves, we will be also adding saturation in our image. So yeah, this was how to add color, or we can also say how to subtract some colors from our images using the Lightroom tone curves. In the next lecture, we will be discussing and learning famous curves technique that are used, and see you in the next lecture.